Progress Racing presents Show Us Your Tips, Daggy and Beaver with you. Hot off the heels of Slipper Day, Beaver. We found a few winners throughout the card. How'd you fare?
Congratulations, mate. You got the winner of the Slipper. So well done to the Dags at Fireburn. Very good result for you, mate. So hats off. The rest of the day, Forbidden Love, outstanding again. What a quality win. Amour, certainly out to the 2000s, showed its dominance.
I got my Slipper right, but I got that one wrong. I ended up backing Amour. Full disclosure, I ended up coming to my senses, but didn't. Yeah, probably should have stayed away from Converge.
Yeah, look, I think Amour just got into the right spot, and then outstanding. Was very good. So they were sort of the three highlights on the day for me from Sydney. And then moving to Melbourne, Zaki asserted its dominance. It was an outstanding win, which I expected. What else happened in Melbourne?
Not a lot.
Not a lot?
No, not a lot. The rest of it was standard Melbourne fare, but Zaki, to sit outside lead and win like that was good. Thunderstruck. You could argue Gate 1 was maybe, as I mentioned on the preview show, maybe a slight detriment, but ran very well. Connections wouldn't be too upset picking up whatever millions of dollars they got to run a second. But and Yonce was okay. So, yeah, that's it.
Yes. Yeah, Yonce was Winks odds and won quite easily. Good little afternoon, actually. By the end of the day, your 2 Queensland tips won, thankfully. Helped me out of trouble later in the day. The booms both saluted. So, good day around, actually, end of the day. So, hopefully people found enough out of that to be profitable. But we get to Warwick Farm tomorrow, where it is kind of heavy. We didn't comment on Shelby 66, mate.
We did not comment on Shelby 66. Now a Group 1 winner. We'll rename the show.
Yes.
The Shelby.
Well, in fairness, Paul did write to us and he wasn't on, or he said he wasn't going to be on, so he didn't think Shelby could win. So Paul can't bag us this week. But big shout out to him. Yeah, look, what do you say? I mean, it's amazing. Couldn't win a highway. Couldn't win at the Sapphire Coast in January, and now coming out and winning some of these races. I don't get it. Massive question mark for me. I won't go any further than that. But how a horse turns it around that quickly, I don't know.
No, apparently he just takes him to races and doesn't train. So you might almost suggest that training horses isn't that hard. But hey, anyway.
Well, what I want to do, shout out, Daggy, is we talked about this at the races on the weekend, is why is there this fallacy that horses can only run every 2 weeks and they can only have 6 starts? And if you go back many years and TJ Smith days and even that, they used to run these horses far more regularly. And Shelby's 66 has shown that, 7 runs in 8 weeks?
Yeah.
And can win a Group 1. So, my shout out would be that, maybe, just maybe, we put these horses in too much cotton wool. They are thoroughbreds. They are meant to run. Maybe they should be running more, and owners should be looking to get their horses to the track more often, and maybe cover some of their costs.
The theory, I agree. The theory is, the European bloodlines have made them finer and blah blah blah. But ultimately, horses are horses. Australian thoroughbreds, like I said, TJ used to run them 3 times in a week. Run them Saturday for Wednesday and back them up again Saturday. So,
they run them.
Older people.
They run them around. They run them around trial tracks instead of putting them to the races. Is my view. And you can't win. You can't win races at trial tracks if they're fit enough and hard fit enough. We used to run horses in the McKinnon and then back them up to the Cup, and that used to be the preparation. Now that doesn't work, but it had for decades. So look, mate, I don't know. I'm not a horse trainer, but certainly it seems to have changed, and it's neither here nor there. I don't think
it's much easier. It's much easier for trainers to justify to an owner not winning a trial than it is to justify him not winning a race. It's pretty simple.
Maybe that's it.
Lack of maybe a fear of accountability. I don't know. But that's probably a debate for a beer.
That's Peter's spray for the day.
No, that's fine. Run with the family this week. So you want to hear the gump spray, check out Footy and Frothy. He had a report the other day as well. Alrighty, let's get to Warwick Farm, though, where the track is heavy. Sunny day in City. Apparently, we've got rain coming for the weekend too, just quietly. So we'll watch that as we head towards Saturday. But we kick off with the 2-year-olds over the 1,100 metres. And have you got anything in the first for us?
Oh, look, mates, it's mainly an affair of unraced or horses that have only done a little bit in their first couple of starts. I think the untried O'Shea, King of Naples, looked pretty good at the trials, and it won't have to be special to win this. So, yeah, I think it'll win the first. Yeah,
I think so too. Ridden out in a trial, I wouldn't have necessarily marked it 250, which is what it looks like now, but doesn't have to be a superstar to win this. The race Brigade Chipper was good at Canterbury, comes to Warwick Farm, which will suit if that's the way you wanted to look at it. But yeah, the unraced on top as well. I think you might get 280 this afternoon. Race 2 is the 1,300 metre maiden with all the Wallers in here. What are you doing here?
Yeah, it makes it hard. A few scratched, I think, of the Waller camp as well.
Yeah.
So narrowed it down. There's only 7 starters here. I've gone for Navy Seal. I thought its first up run was quite good. Only just got pipped at Newcastle. Jason Collett aboard, so no loss there with the jockey. Waller's got the top 3. Maybe the market will sort these out for us, but Navy Seal on exposed form. Obviously, a watch on Waterford, the Great Britain horse over. Sort of only had the one start over 1,400, so I'll be interested to see that go. But Navy Seal on exposed form.
I agree. I've got Navy Seal on top. It was okay. Kembla there first up, maybe not the best part of the track either. Newcastle was, in fact. And we'll run well here. I don't think I'll be betting because I don't know what to do with this Waterford. Yeah, but Navy Seal on top. I would have actually been keen to have something on Mystic Mermaid, but that doesn't help anyone because it's come out. Race 3, where scratch things have again played a bit of a part here. 1,100 metre maiden, where I was, I think, by default, looking towards the favourite Deep Romance. Again, scratch things have taken out a couple here. A couple of okay trials coming back here will run well enough. And Mission Value, if had trial better, I would have been keener on. So, yeah, it's left me with Deep Romance on top. What about yourself, Beaver?
Yeah, look, the back was what I did like, and it's been scratched. So
yeah, same.
I'd probably default back here to the favourite now that it's taken out. Couple resuming here, it probably has again the best of the exposed form, but not a lot of confidence here.
Race 4 is the staying contest on the card, 2,400 metre benchmark 78. The last few weeks, more so in Melbourne, these midweek staying contests, you just feel sick starting to get through them. But this one here I don't mind, though. I'm going to spec Nordic Pride, who has had the run over the 2,400 metres. Ran okay at Canterbury, went down south, ran okay there. Come back up, like I said, has had the run. A little bit of a claim for Tom Sherry as well. And these are a bunch of walkers these days. So happy just to look a bit away from the all the rest of the field stepping up in distance here. What are you thinking?
I'm quite keen on Forever You. It gets back out. It had before last start. I thought last run was okay. Got back and ran home okay. It was off a 5 weeks break where prior to that had been winning very well. Gets back out now to the 2,400 with that run under its belt on the quick backup. This isn't a tough race, and this looks like the horse with the most upside here. So I think Forever You can be really hard to beat.
Yeah, definitely. Race 5 is a benchmark 72. Clash of 2 up-and-coming horses here. I've gone with Straight Aaron, who nice win on debut, sitting outside lead there, then trialled against Imaging, who people keep telling us is a Group 1 horse. Can run well here. J-Mac booked, obvious intent. Am terrified of Lock Eagle, though, because it seems like it's going to be one of those ones where Bowman sits right on his back and has the last snipe at him. But they're the 2 chances, any 2 if you're playing in the race for me. Just 7 from 8, but struggling to really split them the more I think about it. Have you got any better thoughts?
Mate, I've flipped them. I've gone for Lock Eagle. Really liked its first up win. I think it's a progressive type. And I think that's right. I think just sitting from the 2 gate might just get that little bit of better spot in running and have the last shot. So for me, yeah, I like Lock Eagle.
Yeah, cool. Like I said, scared of that. Bowman's just great at that sniping, sit right on the favourite's back until he needs to and just having one crack. So that's what scares me a bit there, but we'll see how it all plays out. The 1,400 metre benchmark, oh no, it's not 1,400 metres. What do we got here? 1,600 metre 78 is race number 6. What have you done?
Yeah, look, my best bet of the day comes up here. Diamil, the McDonald O'Shea horse. Resumed very nicely at Canterbury over the 1,250. Now gets out to the 1,600. Has form in GB over these distances. I think it'll be really further improved there, as long as it doesn't get too far out of its ground. But this is a fairly weak affair here. McDonald should get it into a good spot from the 6 gate, and everything points to it for me. Super hard to beat.
I thought it might have been overplayed finishing along the rails there at Canterbury, where it might have been a little bit flattered. But yeah, obviously respect what you said. I think Ida's going really well with prep. Chased them with the couple back and then chased then sat outside and just missed at Canterbury again. I think coming to Warwick Farm might suit it. And I think with the scratchings, Josh Park can take it straight to the front here and give you a real sight. So I was a little bit bullish about Ida, but obviously scared of Diamil. I don't think there's too much else to talk about. Race 7, 1,000 metre 78, where I'm keen on. Now we've got a jockey here with the scratching 6 again. I like what it did last prep. I think it was making its way through the grades nicely. Trialled okay for this. Comes here and is going to be very hard to beat. And obviously you have to forgive Dragonstone first up, stuck wide on that track, and just put a pen through. Not first up, last start, I should say. Put a pen through that one. But 6 again will run well. The overs, you can, if you're looking for one right outside the market, I think Joel shouldn't be $26. I think you can forgive it. First up one at Newcastle. What are you thinking?
Oh, mate, look, I'm going to stick with Dragonstone. It had some issues after its first up run, and I tipped it in Saturday class against horses like Marzu, who came out and won again on the weekend with authority. Is a quality horse. Didn't have a lot of luck in that race. It was caught wide, and yeah. So I think getting back to midweek company here. It's 2 from 2 of this distance. It's 1 at the track. It's only had 7 career starts, and up until last start was in the placings. All 60 kilos is a slight worry, but yeah, I think it's just a better horse than these. Yeah, 6 again, I think is the main danger. But yeah, Dragonstone just based on the fact that it's coming back to this week of class.
Yeah, this is a winter Saturday race. This is a good little race actually. So, we finished the day with the 1,200 metre 72. Where, and I've just noticed it's been backed. The more I thought about this race, the more I like the blue colours here. Vilana, some good stuff down in Melbourne last prep, beat on the likes of, I think, Mars Mission, and then tangled with another good one down there. It's trialled well for this couple of trials, and it's been back from double figures into around $6. And other than that, the 2 Waller runners, set up well here with the form of Vivid Flash has been okay here and been frank since, and Amour looks obvious, but it's just going with blue colours. What have you done?
Yeah, no, I've gone for Shadow Devil. First 2 starts, won well at Gosford, and then was taken to Melbourne and, finished midfield, but it was in a pretty good race, which was won by Overpass. Which is a good horse. It carried 57 in that race. Comes back to Sydney here, midweeker. It carries a little bit less weight after the claim with Tom Sherry in a race that has no overpass in it. It's drawn well in gate 5. Around the $6.50 mark, I think it can present a really nice chance in the last.
Yeah, cool. I just see those restricted races and pen them. So for rightly or wrongly. For progroupracing.com.au, your best in value. Of course, check out Pro Group Racing for their free tips and whatnot. Best in value at Warwick Farm.
my best is race 6, number 4, Diamil. And my value bet comes up in the last, race 8, number 6, Shadow Devil.
I'll go against you both. I'm going to make Ita my best. So there might be a Quinella play here for the fans of the show. And my Ita Vilana in the last as well. So give them strength as we clash at Warwick Farm. Sandown. Fourth week in a row we've been at Hillside. The rail goes back out to the 5 metre mark, where I want to be seeing swoopers before I really charge into any. But I don't think it's a bad day's racing. We kick off with a 1,400 metre maiden. How are we starting down south?
Yeah, I'm going to go for the unraced one here in Dune Warrior. Look, I've liked this jump outs. Looks really good. It's got the service of Jamie Carr aboard. The race brigade have been roundabout, but not good enough. So I'm expecting Dune Warrior to run very well and give this an almighty shake.
I've put the race one on top. Matsukaze been outside lead all it starts. I'm hoping Williams goes straight to the front and takes the rail, and could be hard to run down. But I'm terrified of both the unraced ones, because I think Dune Warrior you've covered off, and Hollywood Park as well jumped out pretty well for a race like this. They could both feature here. So I've gone 5-4-3, but I will probably be watching this race. 1,300 metres, race 2, benchmark 70, where I've got Adele Amour on top here, resuming off, making the way into a group racing material last prep. Fresh last preparation, did beat Barbara, which reads pretty well for a race like this now, then started $3 against it. The start after, back to Sandown suits, and Damien Lane should be able to go straight onto the bunny, and it'd be very hard to get past. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I was thinking the same here as well. Looks very hard to beat based on those form lines. Barbara is a good quality horse, and again, some of these look like they're just plotters. So Fresh looks hard to beat. I don't think he'll be getting $3 come race start.
Race 3 is a 3,000 metre benchmark 70. This is all yours, Beaver.
God give us strength.
You're welcome.
Yeah, look, nothing really here jumps out. They're just all non-winners. If you can get the winner here, you've done well. Look, for finger in the air, pick a horse, Furiosa from the Kamani stable, being fairly consistent. 4th start back this prep. Should be fit enough for this, and might be worth a bit of value.
Yeah, I thought Pearlman 7-day backup has had the run. Sets up for this race. Eaton comes here out of some better stuff too, and then there's a longer tail, but it's these take turns at winning. So do I really want to be bullish about either when they're the 2 favourites? Not particularly. Race 4, benchmark 78 over the 1,400 metres this time, where I like the one at the top of the top weight here, Uncle Bryn. It's trialled well here, had some pretty good stuff overseas, and I know it's a little bit of weight, but it is the best horse on paper, and it's currently, I'm looking at $13. I thought I can give you a sight. I think it's probably going to be better than 78 grade. So happy to have a spec in it at the double figure odds. Ferretti, you know what you get. Going to go straight to the front and just got run down by a good horse last time here. And, Logan Street Line again. So a good little race, but double figures, happy to find out if Uncle Bryn is better than 78 grade. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I'm going to go for Ferretti. I think it will, as you say, it will jump to the front. Hopefully in this race, there won't be a lot of pace on, and it can really control the sectionals. We know it can run a strong 1,400 metres if it gets its own way in front, and there is any favouritism to the leaders at Sandown and with the struggle, then they will struggle getting past Ferretti. So for me, a nice bet here. But, there looks to be some horses, as you say, Old Flame, an overseas horse, and Uncle Bryn, and Logan Street Lions going very well. But this is probably its toughest test. Yeah.
Race 5 is 1,000 metre, benchmark 70. What are you doing here? We've got the favourite coming off 18 months off. Good horse. And probably rightfully favourite. Are you going to be backing it?
I am. I think it's definitely the best horse here. This is again another, there's not a lot of quality in this race, and it looks by far the best quality on the basis, as you said, if it is resuming after 18 months, but did win a trial at Colac, and it beat Mystery Shot, which is no slouch. How hard they pushed it, who knows? But doesn't need to be up to its best to even win this, I don't think. So at this stage, yeah, sense of honour for me.
Same. I think it's, like I said, it is a good horse. It did some nice things on a Saturday before it went out. I think I couldn't find a reason if there was an injury. It seemed to be just an extended spell. Trials were good, as you've mentioned, and we'll be going on to better things. I think it will be, as long as it's got 4 legs and they'll still work, I think it'll be very hard to beat. Race 6 is the 1800 metre 64. We get back to 64 land for the rest of this card, where I've got Ocean Chief on top. If the track's playing that way, it's going to go straight to the front. It's going to do what it's done for its last 3 starts, and it's going to be very hard to run down. Not much more to add here. What have you made of this race?
Yeah, as you say, looks to hold the key to this race. We'll jump to the front. I'll be keen to see how Ferretti goes, because this will be a good guide leading into this race. And if it is playing for those up front, they're going to find it really hard to go past Ocean Chief. Gets the 2 kilo claim, so probably gets in reasonably nicely at the weights compared to its other main dangers. And if there is any danger, Deep Strike, third up, should be at its peak fitness here. If it needs to improve and show a bit more, but today could be the day.
And just a comment, I guess, from both of us. We've both gone around the favourite. Just my thinking there was short margin to average horses the last couple of starts. So I guess you're thinking the same way?
Yeah, I think I am.
It's going to be a long way back too. Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes those wins can be a little bit flattering.
Yeah. 1500 metre benchmark 64 comes up next, where I'm going to hope Saint Katawis goes straight to the front here, coming back down from the Canterbury run where it was okay. Comes here, and I don't know, this is a leader back in grade, and Jamie Carr going on should give you a nice sight. I really like the Australian debut on the wet, though, of Flaming Torch. I thought that was the main danger for me.
Yeah, I've gone for Flaming Torch. I really liked its debut as well, and it's only run in New Zealand, was pretty good as well. Goes to an unknown stable for me, but has the service of Mark Zara on board. It could have some ability. Just depends where it gets to in run and how the track's playing. But for me, I'm going to go Flaming Torch, and I think that presents very nice value.
Beautiful. And we wrap up the day with another 64 over the 1,300 metres. How are you taking us home?
Yeah, I'm going to take us home with Black Bolt coming down from Newcastle. Newcastle form's not too bad. It was a pretty good run at last start there. It only finished just behind Stellar Performer. Stellar Performer ran 4th in the Midway in the first at Sydney, and got way out of its ground and flashed home there where it wasn't suiting back markers. It was a really, really good run. I'd keep your eye on Stellar Performer for further midways. It's got some ability, and Black Bolt was pretty close behind that. So I think that's not bad form for a Sydney horse coming down to Melbourne, which we know it generally stacks up. So second up, a little bit fitter, gets a little bit of a claim. Mare Eustace, Black Bolt, hard to beat.
I agree. I've got on top. This has started well in the market against horses like Lee Yee and Hot Spring Gold and those sort of horses. And this is the weakest race. It's been for a very long time. You've covered off pretty well there. Lafargue did come off bolting in last start. We'll get an idea of that is the form I just potted. So we'll get an idea of how that stacks up here. But I agree with you in the last there. For ProGetRacing.com.au, again, I'll make my best sense of honour here as long as she's with us. I think she wins. And I'll make my value the import Uncle Bryn in race number 4. What have you done?
I've gone my best bet of the bet day, race 2, number 2, Adele Amour. And my value bet is in race 7, number 9, Flaming Torch.
Very good. I think it's a good little betting card there. Anything up north?
I've got a few up north. I think you can get away. There's a shorty in the first, so you might want to put this in your multiples. Race 1, number 3, hang 5. I think it will be hard to beat. My next bet came up in race 3, the Waller trained number 1 roller coaster, resuming. I think it can be hard to beat. And then my other one for the day is race 5, number 4, Rations. Rations should be winning that. So I think you could probably just about